The weight of honor setting. A post-industrial town in rural Pennsylvania, once steel country, now rusting with unemployment, opioids, and bitterness. The kind of place where people stick to what they know and fear what they don't. Characters. Isaiah Freeman, a 62-year-old black man, tall and quiet. A retired U.S. Army Sergeant Major, wears simple clothes. Walks with a limp from an IED in Iraq. The Iron Sons, a local white supremacist biker gang. Not large, but feared. Known for intimidation, hate symbols, and meth. Mason Briggs, the leader of the Iron Sons. 40S, angry, tattooed, and proud of being old school. Elijah, a 17-year-old new recruit, still learning the gang's ways, uncertain. Impressionable, a CTIETHERIV. It was Saturday afternoon, when Isaiah Freeman moved into the old house on Oak Ridge Avenue. His hands were calloused from years of work, and his face held stories he didn't need to tell. He didn't smile much, but when he did, it was warm. He kept to himself. Didn't bother anyone. That was enough to make people whisper. Word spread fast. Old black vet moved into the old Carson place. Some called him a hero. Others just muttered outsider. And in the back room of a dive bar called Ridge Tavern, the Iron Sons were already talking. "Don't like it," said Mason Briggs, eyes sharp like broken glass. "This is a white town. Always has been. What's he doing here?" Someone asked. "Don't matter." He goes. Tonight, a CTIITHECONFRONTIATION night fell. Isaiah was sitting on his porch, whittling wood under a dim porch light. The air was thick with the scent of pine and memory. The Iron Sons rolled up, 5 of them, on loud Harleys. Headlights blazing into the yard like searchlights. Isaiah didn't flinch. Mason stepped forward. He asked. "It is," Isaiah said calmly. Mason sneered. "We don't like strangers." Isaiah looked him dead in the eyes. "Then you've lived a small life." The gang laughed, except Elijah, who looked less sure. Mason stepped onto the porch. "Let me make this clear. You don't belong here." Old man Isaiah stood slowly. He walked with a limp, but every step had gravity. He walked past Mason, down into the yard, and opened the garage. They followed. Curious now, inside was a small display case, dusty but dignified. Inside it, framed photographs, old combat boots, a folded American flag, and one item glowing under the single hanging bulb, a Medal of Honor. Real Mason froze. Elijah gasped. Isaiah turned to face them. His voice was soft but thunderous. "I carried brothers through hell. I bled in 3 wars. I've buried men who looked like you, and men who looked like me, all wrapped in the same flag. I held the hand of a kid from Georgia as he died, calling for his mother. And when we were pinned down in Fallujah, I didn't ask what color a man was before I pulled him to cover." He pointed to the medal. "I didn't earn that to prove anything to men like you. I earned that trying to keep this country from tearing itself apart." Silence. Mason looked pale. The bat hung limp in his hand. His lips trembled, but no words came. Isaiah looked straight at Elijah. "You still have time," he said. "Time to choose who you want to be." A tear ran down Elijah's cheek. He wasn't sure why. Then Mason, this grizzled, hate-hardened man, dropped to one knee. Not out of reverence, but because the weight of shame buckled him. The sight of that medal, the realization of what he'd almost done, shattered something inside. He started but couldn't finish. His voice cracked. The others stood stunned. Isaiah turned and walked back inside without another word. A CTIITHERIPPLE by morning. Word had spread the Iron Sons never bothered him again. Mason stopped showing up to meetings. A few of the gang members quit entirely. Elijah left town. Months later, he sent Isaiah a letter from a community college in Chicago. Inside was a photo of him volunteering at a veterans center. On the back, Thank you for showing me what strength really looks like." Isaiah never framed that note. He didn't need to. The medal stayed in the garage, not as a trophy, but as a reminder. Epilogue. In a broken country that often forgets its heroes and divides itself by skin, sometimes it takes a quiet man with a limp and a medal to remind everyone what real patriotism looks like and how honor can silence even the loudest hate themes. Race and redemption. Patriotism beyond color. The quiet power of dignity. The fragility of hate when faced with truth.